Hey you! Welcome back. Again, this is Cherrie from the Greatest Digital Creatives, and today is day one of our 5-day Facebook Live event we call The Big Reset Turn Crisis into Success in 2021. But before we proceed to our second topic this evening, I just want to let you know that on December 1st, we're going to have a free mentoring program called The Greatest Blog. Launch a successful blogging business in 30 days. If you want to know more about the program, how to sign up, and if this is for you, please check out the link in the description. And in case you'll miss any of our live events this week, feel free to watch the replays on our YouTube channel. I'll have the link in the description as well. So if you want to know more about how to make money blogging and WordPress development, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the greatest. Alright, so let's get to today's topic. Our next topic this evening is how to start a blog that stands the test of time with special guest, Miss Danica Anne Panganiban of This Village Girl. To start a blog is one thing, but keeping it running is a different story. And in this interview, we talked about how this village girl started, her biggest why, and her definition of success as a blogger. This is a pre-recorded interview with horrible background noise coming from my neighbor's video session, so you can barely hear Danica. And since we are in different time zones, right now she's in Germany, I'm too shy to ask for a reshoot, but I'd be happy to share my biggest takeaways in this interview. And you can watch the raw footage on our YouTube channel. So the first question I asked Danny is, what is This Village Girl? What is the blog about, and when did it start? So according to Danny, This Village Girl is about a girl who grew up in a village surrounded by a family of farmers. And her parents are OFWs, and just like any other Filipino parent, they only want what's best for their children in terms of getting the best education possible and obviously a better life. But she had a question in her mind, but more like a feeling about, am I supposed to be here, or am I supposed to be where I want to be? There. So I asked her, why did you start the blog? So according to Danny, at that time, she's already doing well with her corporate job, and she used her vacation leaves to try something else. So she tried different things. But at the end of the day, she said, when she started the blog, I didn't really feel like going back to the corporate world, and there's no turning back. So she quit her job without any savings, without any plans, and she was told that her life doesn't have direction. In fact, her family even wished that she just get married to get direction. And at that time, she was 30 years old. So in our culture, in our Filipino culture, 30 is old already. But in the Western culture, it's like your life is just getting started. So she felt that she is caught between two different cultures. There. Now, we also talked about her struggles of starting a blog, because before This Village Girl, she had another blog. And we talked about why it didn't work and what happened. And according to Danny, it didn't work because at that time, she doesn't know where the blog is headed. And she doesn't have any direction for the blog. So with that being said, we talked about her tips on how to start a blog that can stand the test of time. And her tip number one is to know your why. Because it's difficult to start something without a reason, according to Danny. So for her, she's having this feeling that, am I supposed to be where I want to be? And that is the inspiration behind This Village Girl. Her second tip is to love learning. So again, blogging is a long journey. So if you hate learning new things, then blog isn't for you. So you have to learn social media marketing, SEO, other content marketing strategies, and you have to love it when you start a blog. Number three, she mentioned about befriending failure. Because according to Danny, when you befriend failure, that is how you learn. Because you will not know what works and what doesn't unless you fail. There. Tip number four is do not be scared to invest in yourself. So chances are tasks are gonna pile up. So you need an assistant to do some admin tasks for you. And according to Danny, you don't have to be afraid in outsourcing because in time you're gonna need it. And lastly, last but not least, she said, learn to include self-care to your blogging goals. Take breaks. And according to Danny, before she's always work, work, work. But now, because of her blog, This Village Girl, she learned how to, take breaks. To work, if there is time for work, there's also time for play. Yeah. And then I asked Danny about her definition of success. And this is what she said to me. For me, success is the amount of fun you're having, the lives you're touching, and money. Money comes last. There. And that's about it. And you know what? After, based on my experience, after graduation, it's kind of hard to meet people and have meaningful conversations. And thankfully, we have the internet. But because for me, without the internet, there's no one there to talk to. So thankfully, I met Danny on one of the Facebook groups that I was a member for bloggers, and that's where I found her. So yeah. So if you want to know more about Danny and her blog, I will have the link to in the description, her blog and her social media accounts. And that's about it. So I hope you learned something about today's topics. And to wrap up, how do you start a blog that stands the test of time? Danny said, if you treat your blog well, it will do the same for you. And that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for Danica for giving me the time for this interview. I'm sorry I cannot play the entire interview tonight because of the background noise. Tomorrow, our next topic is about unpaid writing. When it's okay and not okay to write for free. This is important especially for those who are starting their career as a freelance writer. Let's say you have prospect clients who are asking for unpaid samples, writing samples. So let's talk about it tomorrow. Again, that's unpaid writing, when to not write for free, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of the day. Take care. Bye.